rhymes together.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is time to rise and speak. Y'all know I'm loud, and I'm even loud early in the morning. That's right. It's Big Scorpio energy here. It is time to rise and speak. Listen, this is our latest spinoff, our morning show. This is a spinoff of the People's Voice DC, something we're going to start doing every morning at 9 a.m. So you just tune right in, stick with us. We'll be here. Let's get started with our weather report for today. Today it is supposed to be, we know sometimes it's not all the way accurate. Nobody can do God's job, and nobody can possibly know God's job. But for this Tuesday, we are expecting a cloudy day, although I see sun outside, and it's supposed to be 83 degrees. Wind is 9 miles an hour, and a low of 69. Listen, it's going to be pretty warm, pretty nice for the rest of the week. We do have Thursday and Friday some PM thunderstorms, so make sure you get your get your raincoats, get your rain boots, get your umbrellas. I'm just that type of person that I just cannot do umbrellas. For some reason, every time I buy an umbrella, I leave it somewhere, whether it's on the bus, whether it's on the metro, whether it's at work, whether it's at school. It doesn't matter. I end up leaving the umbrella. So I'm not the kind of person that gets the umbrella. But listen, let's move right on to our next segment of the morning. I want to introduce everybody to our morning motivation. Today, our scripture of the day is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Listen, every season has a reason. Your time is now. Life is full of seasons. Some test you, some bless you, and some are there to prepare you. Don't compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. Stay faithful in your season and watch God move in his perfect timing. So I challenge you today. To manage your time on purpose. Be intentional with your time today. Focus on what matters most. Eliminate distractions. This is always the hardest one for a lot of us. Eliminate distractions and make progress on your goals. Listen, in order to make progress on your goals, that means that you have to have goals. So what are we saying? Make sure that you have goals. When you wake up in the morning, know what you are working towards, okay? Let's all aim to be better. Let's all aim to move higher. This is 5 ways to apply it. Plan it. Start your day with the plan and set your priorities. Protect it. Eliminate time wasters and guard your focus. Use it wisely. Listen. Invest your time in growth, relationships, and what moves you forward. Let's not forget step 4. Seek him first. Invite God into every part of your day and every part of your schedule. The Bible says we ought to be praying always, and in everything that we do, we should be giving thanks. And of course, number 5, finish strong in your day, knowing you walked in purpose and made an impact. That is pretty much how I start and end my day. I ask God that today that I am used to make an impact. God, let me be used to help change someone's life. And God, at the end of the day, I just reflect and I say, I just pray that I was able to help somebody. So listen, be patient, be purposeful, and be persistent. Your time is in God's hands. So make the most out of it. Today is a new day. Make it count. Stay focused, stay faithful, and stay the course. You got this. You got this. So listen, that's our morning motivation. It's a 2-3 minute affirmation motivation. We always include a scripture. So I just want you guys to get used to how we doing things in the morning, so you can make sure that you tune in. You can make sure that you get your scripture of the day, get the weather for the day, get the latest news. And speaking of the latest news, let's go ahead and go there. A couple of things happened in our DC area. This right here happened in Dean Park and Manassas. Okay. According to Manassas City Police, a 4-year-old girl, shortly before 9 p.m. at Dean Park in Manassas near the park soccer fields, 2 men approached this 4-year-old girl. They attempted to lure her with candy. Police said that the child's 6-year-old sister witnessed what was going on and immediately began yelling for her mother, drawing attention and preventing the men from taking this 4-year-old. Listen, guys, I'm always talking about it. This is serious. This is what's happening in our area. This is what's happening in our nation. Sex trafficking is real. They are taking our little baby girls. It doesn't matter what race, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Listen, they are baby girls. We must be vigilant. And parents, I'm not criticizing nobody. God knows I'm not criticizing nobody. But at 9 o'clock at night, your 4-year-old and your 6-year-old should be home, not at the soccer field. Praise the Lord. That's all I'm going to say. Next to this next story. Metropolitan Police has identified a 15-year-old girl fatally shot in a Southeast Washington apartment over the weekend as Journey Long of Bowie, Maryland. Now, there was an update following that shooting. 33-year-old Javon Green was arrested and charged with criminally negligent storage of a firearm and multiple weapons offenses for owning the illegal and unsecured gun. Parents, if you have a gun, not just parents, guardians, uncles, aunts, big cousins, all of y'all, if you have a gun in your home and you have minors in your home, please keep your weapons locked up. We do not need to keep seeing this happen. Now, granted, Fox 5 ain't giving the whole story. Granted, this 15-year-old girl was with another teenage girl, and according to my sources, they were playing Russian roulette. Now, y'all, anybody that knows my story know that's a little personal for me because I lost a friend that I went to high school with. Russian roulette, who lived over there in Forestville, Maryland. Rest in peace, Valencia. But it's always been a touchy subject. Let's just move right along. Also, thank you. Shout out to Lanika Dominique Jenkins for this beautiful flyer. Early voting locations. Listen, look at the screen. If you, whatever ward you're in, find out where you can go. You can go and you can vote early. Early voting started yesterday. It's going to last all the way up until the 14th. Of course, election day is the 16th. If you know you don't want to be standing in that long line, it's probably going to be hot, I'm telling you. If you know you're going to be busy that day, listen, you can drop by any location. That's right, any location. It does not have to be in your ward for early voting. You can drop at any location and you can make your voice count. Your voice counts. So I want to, listen, we got Madam Maka. I might have said her name wrong. Maka Taylor. She's going to correct me when she comes on. But we got her backstage. And so we're going to prepare on the show. But y'all know I got to talk about this first. Last night was a disaster. I don't know who paid those refs. I don't know what the hell those refs ate. But listen, the Knicks were cheated. I mean, bodies were flying all over the floor. People getting smacked all upside their head. People getting jabbed in the stomach. And the refs were so-called, we're going to let them play. And then the moment that something happened with a Knicks player, foul. The Knicks were in foul trouble all 4 quarters. It makes no sense. Somebody needs to get drug tested. Somebody needs to lose their job. What happened last night cannot happen again, and it's a shame that it was in the Mecca of basketball. It was in the Madison Square Garden, the home of the New York Knicks, where we should have home court advantage. But we had to not only play against the San Antonio Spurs, we had to also play against the refs. It was a disaster. I agree with Knicks coach Mike Brown as he criticized the free throw disparity. You know, the Knicks couldn't hardly get it. I remember one time I was looking and they said this is the first free throw of the night for the Knicks. And I'm like, whoa. And then they compared and they said how many San Antonio and Wemby and that alien that they have playing for them 8 feet has. It's ridiculous, okay? Can we have a fair game? New York had not lost a game in 13 straight games. We went 13 straight games without losing, and it took the refs to give us our first loss. Don't forget, coming up June 19th is our Ward 7 Juneteenth parade. We need you there. We will start assembling. That means gather for those of y'all who don't like big words. We will start to gather at 9 a.m. Listen carefully. The parade starts at 11 a.m. That does not mean that you can get there at 11, get your stuff together, and get in the parade and get going. That means that the parade starts at 11 a.m. So my people, I need y'all to be on time. This ain't the 4th of July. This is our thing right here. This is Juneteenth. Show up and show out. All right. So now it is time to bring Madam Taylor on board. And the next time you come on, you will see her right after this.
I'm going to step back out here and walk back in. I ain't going nowhere. So that we can see, I am at my outing for today, this week. Hey there, handsome. And this is what we are doing, Demanding Dignity. It is with and presented and sponsored by the DC Guaranteed Income Coalition 2026 Economic Justice Film Series. Today, if you know me, you know I managed my way into the economy and the economics conversation. And so today I just met this beautiful young lady storming Caesar's Palace. Let me turn this back around so y'all can see it a little bit better. Storming Caesar's Palace, like, you know, take a screenshot if you need to. You can see that, read it. See, and there's a lot of this going on. So this is the event. Just to capture it, the venue is actually beautiful. Those steps, y'all don't know how much I love antique wood. So here is the mingling. This is the room. Actually need to go get me some tissue. My nose is running. That's my Sharon, y'all. She's so cute. So yeah, today we got back outside. We about this work. We do this. We about this life. Bright hope for tomorrow. What you
bring hope for tomorrow? How are you doing? Good morning.
I am well. Thank you for having me, Pastor Michael. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am up. I am alive. I am thankful to be alive. So I cannot complain.
Facts.
Big facts. So yeah, first of all, did I say your name right?
You got it. It is Maka. It is pronounced Maka. Maka Taylor, founder of Global Gains Consulting.
Okay, got you. I just wanted to make sure before we go any further that I got your name right.
It
Now,
is okay.
this morning I just wanted to like introduce you to everyone. Like, just tell us who you are. Tell us about Global Gains Consulting, and like what brought you into this work.
Okay, so I am Maka Taylor, again, founder of Global Gains Consulting. I am originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I have been in the District of Columbia about 18 years. I have three children, a 23-year-old who was born on the 4th of July. Freedom is in my bloodline,
Wow.
one way or the other. And I have twins who are native to the district. And they are actually what brought me into the work in the district. But I did like nonprofit work, facilitating federal grants and whatnot in St. Louis in an after school program. And so my twins, and kind of living beneath or, at their poverty line and having to navigate services, I had an issue with WMATA. And, it was at a time where you couldn't get on the bus with your stroller up. And it was painful, to be very honest. And so I went somewhere looking for some help or some relief. And truthfully, the tagline is every room I went in, one room got worse than the other.
Wow.
And so I ended up in this web because the District of Columbia, sidebar, I always say if all politics are local, then in the District of Columbia, all my politics federal, because like you got to go to them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I kind of created this process where whatever I kind of needed to address in my personal life, I knew where I was at and I knew how to go outside and navigate the system to make it to those places. And so I just kind of turned that into a business, working with organizations, dealing with workforce development, um, uh, service coordination, the housing situation. So just ultimately, like I said, it took me across the board, and I have a capacity that can manage that. So I see the world in terms of systems and industries. And so I kind of do a lot of re-engineering and counter-engineering and just in that language and doing a lot of writing. I'm also a published author. I'm not selling anything. You cannot buy my book if you wanted to. I would have to give it to you for free and just send you the PDF. But I ended up making more accomplishments than I ever saw myself like doing, and turning that into something to share as you do, my energy with the community and kind of showing what human capacity is, what human capability is, and kind of what can be missed. If you know what I'm saying, you look in, but you only see it inside of a box, I guess.
Absolutely, absolutely. And oftentimes we don't think about the benefit of sharing what we've learned and what we know with others. And then also oftentimes we think that, or some of us, should I say, think that if we start to share what we know with others, then they'll and we'll be behind. But you have found a way to make what you do work for you, allow it to help benefit and support you while you're helping others. And I think that's what it's all about. Like, that's very commendable to take your work and not just help people for a profit, but you make sure that you want to make sure that you're not stressed and that you're not burdened down just always doing stuff without ever bringing in any income. And so it's a blessing to be able to find a way to bring in income, to do some type of work, to build a career while helping others at the same time. I really, really do admire and appreciate that aspect of your work.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. You gave a good word this morning. when you said patience, purpose, and perseverance, because that's what it took, right? But the truth of the matter is, for the work that I do, the education that I receive, wherever there is no compensation, always takes me to the compensation. You know what I'm saying? It
Yes, yes.
ultimately balances out for me. I've been saying lately, I'm really stuck on the Our Father prayer in this season of my life. And I'm really appreciative for my daily bread, and the good Lord and Creator, it gives me that. He gives me that. And so I'm not necessarily storing squirrel work right now, but I feel like it's in the making because, as you said, the work that I do, I really feel alive when I'm doing it. Like that's when outside of being a mother, like I feel like I'm in my element when I'm doing it. And it is so beneficial for me that most of the things and the frameworks that I create are ecosystems that will become self-serving economic ecosystems within any industry or creative um, discipline that we can do, tiny home establishments, just it's all in the thinking. And I'm about right now actually rolling out some of those things that will create the revenue, that will create the business to function in the ecosystem to show the people that it's train the trainer
Oh
model.
my goodness! Like you said something there. You mentioned them tiny homes. Uh, I'm not sure if you know, but I had ran for mayor a few years ago, and a part of my proposed plan was to build a tiny home village.
Okay, then we're
Um,
on the same page.
yeah, it's actually been done in California
It's
already.
been done several places at this
It's
point.
several places, yes,
I
and it's
propose
been
that as
proven to
well.
be
I never
successful.
put it in writing, but yeah, I propose that. It just makes sense. It just makes
Yes,
sense. It just makes
yes.
sense. There are a lot of things that I believe. So that's kind of the core of what the first foundation of my career was about. It was really about establishing myself as I was, like, and me figuring it out, but sharing ideas that are completely outside of the box in rooms that are like, whoa, we're not ready for that yet. But for me, that's kind of the work. It doesn't matter because the people don't have to suffer because you won't catch up to the time and what's available.
Hmm. Oh,
And
that's a
that's that.
word.
Yeah, that's that void in human capacity that now has to kind of be analyzed and scrutinized and used as a metric and measured to see what has been missed because it was failed to actually apply this human capability. Even and that's what even in like elections, I've always asked the candidates, like, okay, outside of the election, why can't we see like groups of mayoral candidates coming together post election to actually do the work that they set out to do anyway? They have the networks, they have to the gatekeeping you were just speaking to. They have all of that. What has been refused is the Pastor Michael input, the Maker Taylor input, the true input of those of us who go out here and do the work and form a way, like literally erode the way into where we're going. And they just still go back to where they started while we continue doing the work, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow, absolutely. It says we have a comment from Madam Cook. She said, "Yes, tiny house village. I have a proposal for them." Listen, we got to all come together because I had a proposal for them, and I know like at some point they got to listen. These people got to listen. They got to listen. They got to listen. They can't keep denying what is obvious. So yes, I can't wait. I can't wait. We got to come together and do something. We got to come together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with opportunity zones have been in effect for, I think, I want to say over 10 years. And they have never been properly used. And because of the design of it, it made it very difficult without understanding deal making to actually benefit from it. But there are now opportunity zones 2.0, and there are, just capabilities within capital investments in the district that create those types of projects. So the minds that are able to live there, absolutely. Let's start getting on a meeting every week or something so we can get this thing. And I don't think it's going to take a lot of time per se to get it in motion. I think that getting the people to really understand the benefits of these ecosystems will be the largest part of the job. And once that adaptability happens, it's like cakework.
So I mean, yeah, listen, Global Games Consulting. We need y'all to start, consulting with people. Start getting a group together. Let's get us all on a Zoom call and let's get this thing back going.
Absolutely.
I think I got my fingers crossed, but I think that we have a mayor coming in Janice Lewis George who will be open to the idea. Now I think I don't want nobody to tune off and not listen to me no more because I said Janice Lewis George, but I
Right, you can
think
just
that
go
the
by the
councilwoman
stats.
is going to be our next mayor, and I know for sure that that's something that she will support. So let's get it together. Let's get going.
Yes. Yes, well, this election season is amazing. I have to say that the mudslinging has been relatively light, but the way the commercials come through to YouTube is crazy work. The picture that they have of him ducking off on his phone is extremely insinuatory. This is just funny, but I've been watching the numbers for a long time, and not for nothing. I have managed and been in. I actually stumped for Kenyon the last time he ran. Not stumped. I went out and I worked for him. I knocked on doors. But I'm saying that to stay there early on, when Janice she was about 1% over him. And I sent it to him like, I don't know. And she has been, I have to say, we can just go with the stats. Like, I never endorse anyone publicly for the record, but her numbers have steadily been rising
Come
over
on
the
here.
course of time. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just watching the numbers. I
Yes,
do not see
indeed.
them decreasing.
Also, Madam Cook also left her number and said to text her. So I'll make sure you get the information.
Please do. Yes, I am looking. Ultimately, what I seek to do with my business is to be the setup to show how your family is the business. You take what you do, whatever you like doing, whatever makes you come to life, and we put business to it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
everything, it's about building it. I've been in organizational work for over 20 years. And what a lot of businesses miss in small business, nonprofit associations is the actual structure and the standard operating procedures and the ability to move forward just by handing someone, this is your jobs and duties, this is what this is, these are the contracts. And with the invent of tech and AI, that's so much easier. So
Mm.
even if you don't have a business, if you have a functionality, I will create so many businesses and enterprises that you can still be the head of something because it all needs to be done. There's a complete reworking happening. We are in the age of reconstruction, whether we like it or not. And either you're going to catch up, you're going to catch on, or you're going to get caught over. And so the creativity that we have in our communities, federally bringing back regional development so that we strengthen those communities and then we see what we're doing across any waters. But we begin locally, regionally, and nationally to strengthen our communities from the capability and the capital that we already have. We use ecosystems and existing resources that we already have. We just repurpose and reimagine them. And I call that permaculture for people.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So listen, for those who do want to reach out to you and do want to ask you a few questions and seek your advice and get some help from you, how can they contact you?
Well, I will give you my email is I'll give you two of them actually. One of them is very easy to remember. Make a wish today. And that is make it as in my name, MAKAWISH. And the number two or the word. That's the easy one. Then you have maker.taylor@protonmail.com. All of my content and everything is coming. I'm
Now you said
actually
make a wish today. That was the number two you said?
the number two or the word. Either one of them will work. I own both of
Oh,
them.
oh, get out of here. Okay. And that's it. Gmail?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead on with your bad self. There it is, everybody. I just wanted to make sure I had that up for everyone to see, to be able to contact you.
Thank you.
Listen, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I admire. Listen, y'all don't even understand. I met Maka at the ACC meeting, and I mean, instantly, I was like, I gotta get you on the show. Instantly. And then I won't talk about this show. I was talking about the people's voice, because we gotta spend some more time together. But I have to get you. I had to get because it's something about when you meet like-minded people, when you meet people that have the same ambition, when you meet people that have that same passion for the people and for people to do better. Like it's an awesome feeling. And so like I know that this ain't gonna be our last show. This ain't gonna be our last time talking. I can't wait till you and Madam Cook get together and I join that conversation. And we're gonna get some things going. This is the beginning of a great friendship. I don't use that word lightly, but I believe it's the beginning of a great friendship, and I'm looking forward. So as we close out our show, if there's anything you would like to share with the people, anything you want to leave us with, now is the time.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask, do you mind if I promo a children's theater over in Ward 8? Actually,
Go ahead and promo.
Okay, well, I am actually working with the Children's Legacy Theater in Ward 8, right at Bard College Early Learning High School, 1351 Alabama Avenue, and June 19th through the 21st, the children, the youth are producing a play called The Meeting, which is an imagined meeting between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, set in its time and era. And this is a completely youth-led production. They run the stage, they kind of direct each other, and Miss Jackie Carter is the founder of that. Again, The Meeting, June 19th through the 21st at Bard Elementary, and I will send the flyer to Pastor Michael. I also just want to let everyone out there know that there is some capability in you. You may not have even discovered, you may not see it. I know we all have what it takes to fix or create what we desire life is, and we will dance with it accordingly. Thank you again, Pastor Michael. Please reach out. Let's talk about this economic ecosystem. And I promise you that just if we could love on each other a little bit more and give a little bit more from our hearts, that will supersede any money we think we can make.
Absolutely. I definitely feel the same. Madam Cook said, yes, I need help with the humanitarian project. So we're gonna make sure that we make sure that y'all get connected. I love Madam Cook. I think she's an excellent person. So I know that you two together are going to be powerful. I can't wait to see what happens when you two put your two heads together and create something. It's gonna be, as we used to say back in the day, it's gonna be the bomb. I can't wait.
I agree. We're gonna create the foundational ecosystem for all ecosystems regionally and assisting our communities to come out of where we've been and go to the other side of the good things.
Awesome. So listen, stay tuned, everybody. Listen, when you wake up in the morning from now on, check out Rise and Speak. We got some good things coming on. We got some good things that we about to do. Like I told y'all, we were going to be growing this year. We got some productions coming. I'm going to go see that play at Bard. Y'all know I love me a play. Shout out to my man, Philip Pennell, who's always getting me involved with the plays, keeping me informed, and sometimes even hooking me up with a ticket. I ain't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody I told y'all that. But yes, I can't wait. This is Rise and Speak DC. Until next time, we had special guest Maka Taylor, and I am Pastor Mike. See you later.
Have a good one, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
And get connected. Good morning, DC. It's a brand new day. Wake up, get inspired. day with purpose.